There we go. That works. That works. Good morning. Hello, Mikey J. You are first. You're way first. The goat. The goat. The goat is on fire. Fish chads rise. The true fish know. The true fish know. And the blue fish go. The hat is making its appearance. Yes, it has to. It's cold. It's chilly today. That is a sick hat. I know. I know. I know. Look at him. Isn't he wonderful? Isn't he wonderful? I was cold today. And I was like, I had to go find myself a sweater. Does a goat hat exist? I don't want to say too much, but yes. Oh, yes, it does. A goat hat exists. The fish hats exist, and from what I understand, a fence hat exists as well, or at the very least, a fence hat. What do we call this? Template. No. What do you call like something where you're testing if it works? I'm having a brain fart. It's not a template. Could be a template, but it's not. That's not the word. What the fuck? Somebody's gonna have to help me. This is gonna be the whole thing. You got like a first concept thing that you built to see if it works. What do you call that? Prototype. Whew. That was tough. That one almost didn't work out for me. That was rough and tumble. I didn't think I was gonna get there. To be honest with you, I didn't think I was gonna get there at all. Prototype. But are you not hot? No, I live way up north, man. It's cold today, to be honest. I live way up north. I'm by the Canadian border, man. The shit just. It's cold in the morning. Can the hat be bought? Yes, you need to pay attention and keep your eye on goat versus fish. Because goat versus fish will sell these. That is the plan. Must be nice. It is. Who is my favorite UFC fighter? Royce Gracie. Royce Gracie. The Gracie School of Submission. Royce Gracie, boy. Dude, we had fans and AC blasting yesterday and we couldn't get the house cooled down. Goat versus Fish is the funniest guy I've heard of in a while. He is. He's great and very profound. He's a very profound gentleman. I don't know about his unpaid management. Nice pick. You are not a casual. I know. I subed. You subed? Release the Epstein files. No! Yes. Boy, wouldn't you love to read them? I would. I'd love to see who's on them files. I bet there's a lot of big names. On them files. UFC 1 was a fixed tournament to promote BBJ. Was it? I didn't know that. Ooh, I don't really care for UFC. Modern UFC doesn't really do it for me. I liked the old stuff. I liked the early UFC stuff before it got all ruly. Now there's too many rules. Everybody fights the same. I used to like it when you'd get like a French kick only guy versus a sumo wrestler. You remember that? That was an actual UFC fight back in the day, and I got to watch it. There was a sumo versus a little wiry French guy who only kicked with his legs. He fought with some sort of kick thing. Yeah. Got a new pair of shoes. Cool. I can guess how that ended. Yeah. It ended with the big fat sumo wrestler on the ground, hurt, with missing a tooth. He got a tooth kicked out of his fucking face. You probably still find it. It was crazy. I was just like, this is cool. UFC was cool before they came up with weight limits and shit. Just throw two dudes in there, different fighting styles, as let's see who beats up who. I liked that. I don't like this new, like, everybody does BJJ, fucking boring ass hug on the ground. Looks like two dudes, trying to make love, just laying on the ground, grunting, and just bullshit, man. 2 free tickets to the movies, but I don't know. You should go see the Bambi movie. I might go see that today, depending on how I feel. I feel a little bit better this morning, but I felt better yesterday morning. And then by the afternoon, I felt like shit. So we'll see. What are these people's problems? Rampage Jackson. I don't know who that is. I'm holding out hope that there's some meetup tickets in August once the 21st rolls around. I tell you what, Phoebes. I tell you what, Phoebes. If there isn't, we'll work it out. Only for you, though. If there isn't a ticket left by the time, by the 21st of next month, if we are sold out, we'll work it out, okay? We'll figure something out. I got to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to sell out before then. We just took a look and we are half sold. We're half sold through. So we've sold through about 160 tickets, it's a little more than half. And we've got a number of months left. So 160 tickets out of 300 sold. And we will probably not sell out. I mean, maybe we will. If we do, it'll likely be in the weeks prior. Because if the past is anything to go by, like the last one we did in Vegas, sales of tickets like spiked in the days and weeks before. So it's like we started selling tickets, we sold what we thought we were going to sell through, and then like a week or so before, big spike. Whole lot of people are last minute buyers. People that are in the area don't know if they want to make it. They want to see if people actually buy tickets to it, etc. So yeah, we are half sold through, 160 tickets out of 300. So you should probably be just fine. Sir, please tell me I am currently preparing for SSC stenographer. I'm 19 years old, completed my shorthand language and BS speed. Ari Hai. Tukai Misahi track Pihu Yihi prepare crew Kagi Sage future. Hey, good man. Get banned. I just watched the Elon episode and I was thoroughly entertained. Do you guys plan on exploring more of that kind of format for any other subject? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's like an old school DFF. So we used to do just that, just those types of shows. But yeah, no. Would have banned it faster, but I wanted to see what would happen when you read through it and it devolved. I just read the whole thing, man. Is it hot there? Does it look like it's hot here? Do you think I would be sitting out here in a sweater and a fucking sock hat if it was warm? Yesterday, a dude said women are only for breeding. Told him his profile says single because no one wants seed that passes on dick sucking lips and a receding hairline. That upset him a little. Damn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The receding hairline thing is like a magic trick for dudes. There are very few guys that are just like, yeah, I'm balding, so what? You know what I mean? You're not gonna get them. Most balding dudes are gonna be like, you fucking bitch. Are you in the southern hemisphere? I'm in the northern hemisphere, sir. The northern hemisphere. Otherwise, I would probably be out here shirtless. You should be thankful I live where I live. Oh yeah, the Giga straight guys, they can't hang. Ugh. It's July. July. It is July. Yeah, you're right about that. It is July. I literally don't know. There's better weather to be found from the northwest and parts of the northeast. I don't think there is. I got to be honest with you. I think the PMW is yeah, see. It's like the trade off here is we have these beautiful summers, but all winter it'll rain. It'll rain every day here. You know, so that's good for me. I like the rain though. I started balding at 19, and then at 25, I was like, fuck it. And I shaved my head and grew a beard. Good man. Good man. That's the smart move. You just accept it's happening. A lot of guys will go get hair plugs, transplants, and all kinds of bullshit. You guys ever eat these little guys? These little, oh, I almost dropped it. Belvita guys. These little dudes. I'm trying to have a couple right now because I think my medicine makes my stomach upset if I don't have some food. These guys are okay. I like these little guys. They're like a little granola bar. Yep. These aren't the cranberries, but I've had the cranberries before. Velveeta. Well, that would be a weird one to snack on for the morning. Velveeta. It's 100 in North Carolina. Ripping pepperonis. I don't know what it is here, but it's, if I had to guess, it's 59. If I had to take a stab at it, 59, 60 degrees. PNW is a dream for me. Mountains and the lush green of the grass and trees are gorgeous. Crater Lake, Mount Rainier on my bucket list. Yep. I love driving. When I leave where I live and I go around the Puget Sound to get over towards Tacoma and then Seattle, Marysville, and all that, there are several spots where you pull around a corner and Mount Rainier is just, you know, like tallest mountain in the Western Hemisphere. And it's just huge. You see all of these other mountains and you think, man, look at those big snow-capped mountains. And then Rainier is there behind it. Like, and you're like, oh my God. It feels like 105 here. UV index is 11. Oof. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. Washington State is beautiful. Dude, if I could take you guys all on the ferry one day, I would. Because that is just beautiful. On a clear, sunny day on the ferry, you can see Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens from the Sound. And it's fucking, it's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see. They're so huge. What's one thing you wish you did more when you were younger? You can't do much or at all now. I wish I would have followed through and learned how to play piano and spent a lot more time being musical. You think the South will be unlivable in our lifetime? Maybe your lifetime, Danny. I'd say like when you get to be an oldster, there might be huge swaths of that area that are kind of unlivable. I don't think I'll live to see it. I think I got another 10, 15 in me. Really enjoyed the art discussion on Onion Nuggets. Cool. Yeah, me too. It was fun. I used to say art is intent, but I don't believe that anymore. I think art can be made without intent. Would you rather have harsh winters or harsh summers? Harsh winters, bro, you're definitely going to make it past 60. I don't know. We'll see. 10 to 15 isn't a long outlook, man. It's kind of what I believe. You know, I've been pretty unhealthy my whole life. I'm okay now. It's not like I'm like dying. Now, my doctors are happy I'm losing weight and stuff. But the truth of the matter is I'm a big, unhealthy guy. And I've lived unhealthy my whole life. My whole adult life, anyway. You know, binge drinking, drug abuse, food addiction, you know, the whole nine. And smoking. Lifting weights burns calories. No need for much cardio. I don't need any. I'm not asking for options. I'm just letting you know kind of like where my headspace is at with my health and welfare and well-being. Oscar made it to 76, but he was a small little bean. Yeah. I'm a big bean. Big beans live shorter lives. I mean, that is just one of the problems, you know, with being a big bean. I have an Amelia. That is true. She's helping me look after myself. That is true. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay with it. If it happens that way, it happens. I've lived a really crazy fucking life, man. And it's had its ups and it's had its downs, and I'm okay with whenever I go. I would like to stick around and have some more fun, but if that ain't in the cards, I feel like I did okay. Did you say a butterbean? Yeah, a butterbean. What's up, Pranav? Weed's too good to quit. I don't know, man. I just have not. This will be 3 days in a row that I haven't smoked weed, really. I don't know what's going on with me. My grandfather was alcoholic into his 40s, smoked his whole life. Was 6'2", and he made it 78. Hey, some shit happens. Shit happens. Hey, you ain't kidding, man. Sometimes people live way longer. I might be one of them people, man. Oh, my parents are both. My dad's 70 now. My mom's 67. So they're doing all right. I don't know if I'm on a tea break, Pranav, or if I'm just on a don't need weed anymore break. I don't know how it's gonna go. The only thing I'm missing weed for is the muscle tension. Like when I get some good like indica in me, it'll loosen up these muscles so that I can stretch better. That's the only reason why I have any craving for weed at all. It's like I don't need it for the same reasons that I needed it before, to keep my brain from uh, eating itself. And so now that that's not happening and I feel kind of level and okay, I don't know what to do. Trump's fat ass is 79. Yeah, but I mean, he's rich. I'm not a rich guy. Ever speak to your doctor about muscle relaxers? I don't like speaking to my doctor about specific pills because they look at you like you're a drug seeker or something. That's great, dude. New meds must be working. Psh, bro, I don't even know what to say. I'm really just figuring it out. Every day I expect to wake up and feel like I used to feel. Just like fucking, it's so hard to explain, but like this static in my head, this like angry static in my head. And the weed makes that static a little less. And now I don't have that static in my head. Why do pharmaceutical ads even ask you to do that? Isn't a drug seeking behavior to ask a doctor about specific meds? Yes. Yeah, I just let the doctors come up with what they think I should be on. You know, I figure that's what they're there for. But I will say that the reason I'm on the medication that I'm on now, the mood stabilizer, is because I asked about whether or not one would work for me. Are you vaccinated? Yeah. Yeah, my back hurts a lot and I get migraines a lot. That's why I smoke. Yep. I don't really get the migraines, but my back and my neck are just completely fucked. And it helps to loosen things up a little bit so I can stretch. But other than that, it provides me very little to no benefit now. Hello, little birdie. What is our topic here? I don't know, man. We're chilling. We're talking about weed, I think. But we're just chilling, man. Just chilling. Just catching the vibes. Do you like weed, bro? Yeah, very nice weather. It's cold and crisp, mountainy, foresty mountain weather. Show us around. Sure. Let me go put on some shoes. Give me a sec. We'll go take a walk together. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I can't walk too far from the house because it'll switch over. But I'll show you guys around a little bit. So here is my porch. This is the way to get down to the upper yard, right there. And then this is the way down to the lower yard, where I've got more deck. I do my fire pit down there. And then this is the backyard. This is where the trees and stuff are. Here's my little woodshed. You can see I got a little wood that I chopped up here. Not bad, huh? I'll take you guys down here a little bit. Take you guys down to the bottom deck. Take a look and see what we got down here. This is the bottom deck here. And right there is this is the back door in my studio. Hey, Vader. I'm just showing everybody around my backyard. Yeah, this is my fire pit my stepdad made for me. It's an old steel drum from the inside of an old washing machine. Current sodium levels have reached critical mass. Okay, am I back? Can you guys see me? Okay, we back. Yeah. I think if I just turn off my Wi-Fi before I go out there, and but yeah, I don't know where I was. I don't know how much of it you guys got to see. If I were to turn off my Wi-Fi before I go down there, then we could probably walk. If I cut off the Wi-Fi and it doesn't have to switch, I think it'll be fine. We got the back deck and the fire pit. Okay, cool. Froze at the fire pit. That's fucked, man. That's not even really that far. How long have you kept this beard? I've had this beard for over a decade. Over a decade. And it's coming off my face soon. Shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. But there's a reason for the season. Greedy flying here, and I fly away. Make dun bum up your mind. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Drag episode incoming, Saltina Sachet. We'll see. Sir, where are you from? What the fuck are you? I get very uncomfortable about my facial hair, so I shave it at least once a day. Well, you're a femboy. You're a femboy. You're supposed to. Femboys can have beards, though. You can do it, but I understand. Bears there? Yeah. Bears? Mountain lions, wolves. Those are the three big predators. Well, then bald eagles. Bald eagles and great horned owls. Those are our predators around. Do you have Snapchat? Do I look 12? Like, doesn't that, isn't that question answered by just looking at me? Moose, probably, yeah. Deer, definitely. You're great at answering chat. I know. I've got a lot of practice, friend. This is what I do. Throw poop? No. Your mom's not even here to catch it with her mouth. How much do you smoke? As much as I want. Helps when the chat is readable. True. If I feel the impulse to have a cigarette, I do. If I feel the impulse to smoke a joint, I do. Poop is actually hard to throw. Is it? Favorite band? Favorite band of all time? I'm so happy 'cause today I found my friends are in my head. Oh boy, time for the e-doctors to come out of the woodwork, bruh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's usually what they do. I'm so horny, that's okay, my will is good. Kurt was a loser. Yeah, a little bit. Did Kurt do it or Courtney? Kurt did. Kurt did it. Kurt did it. Kurt was a twink. Maybe, yeah, kind of twinkish. He's a little rugged for a twink, but you know, whatever. Wait, how was Kurt a loser? He was a drug addict, and he killed himself, and he left behind his daughter to have no father, and he left all of us without his music. He's a fucking loser, but I love him. It's really selfish for you to say that. So be it. I said it. I still love him. I love him so much that I spent the balance of my adult life pretending that he was murdered because I couldn't face the truth. And so I spent the balance of my adult life, you know, buying into the conspiracies and all of that. But the truth of the matter is, he killed himself. And, you know, that's fucked. I don't know about Elliott Smith. What kind of conspiracy? That Kurt was murdered by fucking Courtney or some drug dealer or whatever. You know? And there's all these conspiracy theories and all these, you know, eyewitnesses that are all druggies and stuff that just lined up to talk about how Kurt wouldn't have killed himself and blah, blah, blah. But the truth of the matter is he did. My friends hit me with the Courtney what done it conspiracy. Whenever Nirvana comes up, it gets old. It just got old for me. It just got like I wasn't being honest. I was using the conspiracy theory as a shield for the pain. You don't think there's a chance? No, I don't think so. Nothing made me change on it. I always knew it. I just couldn't face it, and so I would, I would try and cover it with the conspiracy theory stuff. And I really wanted to believe that stuff, but I don't think I ever did. I don't think anything changed. I just decided that it was time for me to grow up and admit what happened to Kurt. And I was in my 30s when it happened, and late 30s, I think, when that started to happen, and that's that. Goes to show you how profoundly damaging it was, and how profoundly traumatic it was for little kids like me. I was in middle school when Kurt killed himself. Think about that. I was in the 8th grade when Kurt killed himself, okay? And it was awful. Awful, awful, awful. What about Vince Foster? I don't know about Vince Foster. We're just talking about Kurt. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Vince Foster. I do know what happened to Kurt. And so does everyone else. Doom, boom, 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 boom. Wasn't raised in the generation where Kurt was a huge cultural figure. Well, he's still a huge cultural figure, but I get what you're saying. He wasn't alive. I wonder what kind of success or career choices Kurt would have made if he lived. It's one of the reasons he's such a fucking loser. Because instead of knowing the answer to that question, we all have to guess. Aiden, so it wasn't any particular evidence experience that made you think Kurt did it. It's the conclusion you reached over time, just to clarify your position. I guess, yeah. I mean, I feel like that the more you dig into the conspiracy shit, the more fucking ridiculous it gets. And I believe Occam's razor is the right way to think about things. Yeah. Pull up in a demon on guard, looking like I still do fraud. Flying private jet with the rod. It's a Z shit. How's your Chinese coming along? Not great. Not great. Bao bao to Han bao bao. Wo shi huan han bao bao. He played Civ 5. I think. Don't really care though. Didn't the autopsy report say the shotgun round was consistent with being shot straight rather than under the chin affair? It wasn't an under the chin affair. He shot himself in the fucking face, bro. It wasn't under the chin. It shot him. He shot himself right in the fucking face. He blew his face off. And most of his head. Want to take ayahuasca in Peru? Nope. Thoughts on boba tea? Gross. Is that what it is? Sipping tadpoles through a reed? Is that what that is? I don't like boba. Boba makes it's fucking gross. To be frank with you. Takes us back to Monkey. Monkey drink tadpole? Yeah, it's like drinking globs of boogers down at the bottom of your shit. I don't get it. Monkey eat tadpole through reed? Why monkey do this? Why monkey not? Monkey suck tadpole to reed? Huh? Hey, come on. Come on, Shaggus. You got kicked out of the bedroom. That means you're being irascible. You want to show everybody your nice new haircut? Come on. Come see me. Come see me all the way up. Come on. Jump up here. Jump up here. Do it. You want me to pick? I want to show everybody your nice, beautiful haircut that you got yesterday. Come on. Come on. Come on up here. Yeah. Show everybody your beautiful new haircut that Dad gave you yesterday. Aren't you handsome? Isn't he handsome, folks? He got a haircut from Dad, and he got his nails trimmed as well from Dad yesterday. Isn't that right? Aren't you more comfy now that you have your hair done? You have a nice haircut. Thank you for the legs. I appreciate it. Yes. Yep. Wow. I'm officially a dog barber now. You're getting better with the clippers. I know. He's looking good. Here's a good question. Who should and shouldn't smoke cannabis? I don't care. That's not up to me. I'm not Mr. Cannabis Boy. D, why don't you get onto your little bed? Get on your bed. Look. Look, dude. Look. Come on. Look right here. Get on your little bed. There you go. Stay. Stay on your little bed. It's comfy for your little butt. Comfy for your little doggy hips. Your little peepaw hips. I know your little hips are bony now. You need to be on your little peepaw bed when you're out here. You don't have to stay there all the time, but you should come back to your peepaw bed. Because it's good for your little bones and your buns. Yeah, see? You're kind of half off of it, bud. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Mama's up. Mama's up, D. Mama's up. Too bad the sunspot isn't. Well, it gets good later. He peepaw in it. Got his peepaw bed. Oh, the whole house is awake now. Cricket is here. I'll show you Cricket. Let you see the beautiful kitty cat. Cricket. Oh, no. He's like, no, you can't see me. Okay, fine. Remember when Joe Rogan told TJ he shouldn't let Scotty smoke pot? He back. He back. He back. He back. And he adorable. Isn't he adorable? Isn't he the prettiest kitty that ever kittied? I think he is. I don't think there's a single kitty that's more pretty. Cricket Po Ticket. Cricket Po Ticket. The kitty, the prettiest kitty. The sweetest kitty. The most regalest of all kitties is Cricket. Isn't that right, Cricket? Cricket or Riot? Want a Belvita? I munched one. But I don't know if I'm going to munch more. Cricket, Cricket, top of the ticket. Yep. Solid black and solid white cats are my favorite cats. Yep. Cricket is as Cricket does.
He's the one that woke Mama up.
Really?
All the way from across the door that was closed.
He just was not having it. It's time for you to get up.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for you to wake. I'm making TJ's delicious red beans and rice recipe tonight. You ever made it? Amelia makes red beans and rice. I don't think
I do it out of a box. I don't do the real red beans.
It's good though. I like it out of the box. Would you be watching the new King of the Hill, or was that not your style? No. That is not my style. Amelia, you guys got to check out TJ's recipe. It's too much.
I've seen it, but I just kind of...
It's too much work.
Yeah.
It's too much work for the same output.
I mean, it's definitely probably better doing it.
I don't think so.
No?
Andouille, that's what makes it. You put in the andouille, and then you've got your red beans and you got your rice. That's all you need. It is the same. If I put it side by side, it would taste the same. You wouldn't even be able to taste the difference. Wouldn't be able to taste the difference. You got your Zatarans, that's all you need. Get your Zatarans, dirty rice. There's some red kidney beans.
Oh, Zatarans it's Zatarans red beans and rice that has the beans in the rice.
Oh, I got the beans in the rice. Well, fuck it then.
Yeah.
And then you chop up some andouille. Throw that in there.
I do the Trinity thing. That's the only thing I do. Like the box tells you how to do that too.
You do the Trinity. You do the celery, the onion, and the, what is the third?
Bell pepper.
Bell pepper. No, she does the Trinity. She throws the Trinity in there. Starts with the Trinity. Throws in the rice. Then beans. Throw in the andouille. A little bit of hot sauce. Blah, blah, blah. Stir it up. Call it a day. Red beans and rice ain't supposed to be some big fucking long ass thing. Red beans and rice is supposed to be an easy, quick dinner for everybody. With a lot of meat and proteins in it. And fibers. That's what it is. It's a po man food. Sausage, poor man's food. It's all the leftover meat that you don't want to eat. Beans and rice, poor man's food. It's all the easy dry goods. Just add water and seasoning. So you try and make fucking red beans and rice all fancy, bo schmancy, you're missing the point of beans and rice. Yes, red beans and rice. It's supposed to be simple. I see red beans and rice as a side meal. What? What did you see? Who pissed you off? Who pissed you off? Who pissed you off? Who was it? ¿Cuál es tu problema, señor? If I get rich, the first thing I'm going to do is hire a cook. I don't think I would. Was that fish eating your head? Look at him. He's huge. Gulp. I see a fish on my head, and he's sucking on my head. Any moment I'll be dead if he doesn't leave my head. Who dares to upset the dino? Who among you dares to upset him? I'm telling you, man, I think people go a little overboard sometimes with foods, you know? Like taking a red beans and rice recipe and making it more complex. Man, that's just wild. Why would you do such a thing? Simplicity is supposed to be simple. Never heard him bark. I would think it would sound like a shrill Chihuahua bark, but it sounds more like a beagle. Yeah, he's got hound, actually. So Dinor's genetics are Chihuahua, Shih Tzu, Cocker Spaniel Hound. And I think the hound is that big bork of his. Isn't that right, D? Why don't you go lay on your little bed? Not complex. Not complex at all. Throw down a Trinity. Get you a little bit of that soy sauce up in there. Get you a little brown gravy. We'll throw that in there. Throw that down in there. Let that reduce. You're going to get you andouille. Get that ready. Got the pipes of a hound. Yeah, he do. You guys, I don't even think you guys get it, because I think that the microphone probably kicks in and compresses it a little bit. It is unbelievably loud when he barks. Oh yeah, grievances against Paul. If I have aggrieved you, you must let me know. I know. If you listen to Yellow Wolf, I have listened to Yellow Wolf, yes. Beans are ick. Nah, man, beans are great. I love a bean, man. Chili beans. I love red beans and rice. I love like beans and like black beans and Mexican rice. Just throw a little cheese and salsa in that. Get some chips. It's good shit. Beans are the bee's knees. Does he bay when he hears other dogs? Yes. I like a lima bean. I like a kidney bean. I like a garbanzo bean. I like a normal pinto bean. I like a black bean. What other beans? I like a black-eyed pea, which is technically a bean. What else? I like all beans, man. What kind of beans don't I like? I'm trying to think if there's 80 kind of beans. Yeah, frijoles refritos. There you go. Now you got on your little bed. Purple whole peas are good. Butter beans are real good. Green beans are delicious. I like chili beans. Last night Amelia made poblano pie, which was tasty. It's like a shepherd's pie, but with cornbread instead of mash, and it's got roasted poblano peppers in it, and it's just very, very tasty. Paul, you got such a southern palate. If you met my mother, you would know why. If you met my mother, you would know why. I grew up eating collard greens, spinach greens, ham hock greens, um, uh, pintos with ham hock, just all the good stuff. Cornbread, poblanos, jalapenos. But yeah, if you met my mom, you'd understand why. She's just a fountain of southern cooking. A refried bean pizza. I've had a Mexican pizza before. I mean, you can get one at Taco Bell when they put refried beans on that shit. It's not really a pizza, but it's like a tostada. I feel like if I was gonna have a taco pizza, I want a tostada for the base, not a pizza. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of hot sauce. Hot sauce on everything too. I have a big giant jug of Tapatio that goes on everything. Mozz and cheddar. Yeah. I like it. That, but on an actual pizza dough. Yeah, I don't know, man. Might be good. But I feel like with the tacos and stuff, I want that delicious, nutritious crispiness from the tortilla, from the tostada shell. I don't know, man. I like Tapatio and I like Cholula. Right now, I've got Tapatio. Cholula is a little bit more vinegary, and I like that. I like the heavy vinegar of a Cholula, but I can't put as much Cholula. That's the thing. A drop of Cholula goes a long way, whereas Tapatio, I can just load that Tapatio up. Thank you for the coffee, baby.
You're welcome.
Frank's Red Hot.
It'll do it.
In a pinch, it just tastes. I don't like it. I don't. If that's all that there is, I'll do it. But for me, if you're doing generalized hot sauce to pour on whatever you want that tapatio or you want that Cholula. But for me, it's tapatio.
He's been trying to scam me into giving him seconds all morning.
He is a little schemer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I like the chipotle tapatio that you can only get in the chipotle with the chipotle peppers. That one is good. But it's only good on chipotle. So, what are you going to do? Tabasco is the bottom of the barrel. Tabasco is the bottom of the barrel only if somebody's got nothing else. Do you throw on a couple drops of Tabasco? Tapatio goes on everything. Name anything savory, Tapatio goes on it. You know, anything. Pretty much. I can't think of anything I wouldn't put a squirt of Tapatio on. Savory wise.
Mashed potatoes?
I put a little in there. Put a little Tapatio on top of the mashed potatoes and mix it in. Get a little spice in them taters. Tabasco isn't as good as it's cracked up to be. No, it isn't. Tabasco is pretty bad. That's
At one point they started like throwing in Tabasco with MREs and stuff. I feel like whatever change they made to mass produce it probably stuck.
probably. I don't use hot sauce much anymore. I use crushed jalapenos. Yeah, yeah. I just like spice, man. I just like what I eat to have a kick usually. Did you get stuff for migas?
I got salsa. I think we have some eggs left. I
We
don't
have.
think we have any leftover meats of any sort.
Do we have any tortillas?
We got tortillas.
Next time we have leftover meats, migas. Migas is our new breakfast thing. Well, it's not new to me, but I just forgot that I knew how to make migas. And then I thought of migas the other day, and I've now made migas twice. My migas is great. I make a great migas because I know how to make the migas. There's a secret ingredient in migas, and it's called dancing. It's true. It's how I learned. I learned if you don't dance while you're making the migas, if you don't listen to good music while you're making the migas is going to suck ass.
I'll be good. We'll try some too.
Yeah, get a couple down you. I got 2 down me. That's all I want to do. What's the spiciest thing you've ever eaten? Probably one of those like nuclear hot sauces. You know, one of those like hot sauces that's got like 1,000,000 Scovilles or whatever, and it's meant to make you scream and cry and whine like a little bitch. That's probably like the most spiciest thing I've ever had. Yeah, he likes his whittle bit now. He got it figured out finally. That's for him.
Maybe I had to fully expand for him to think it was comfy.
Maybe. It doesn't look like it's expanded much, but
maybe it did.
Tabasco kicks ass in a Bloody Mary. I don't like Bloody Marys really all that much. I'll drink one if somebody, you know, is offering, but they're just not my cuppa. My mom used to do these red beers with Clamato. Ugh, my God. Now they do a different thing. What is it called? Fuck. It's like a...
Is it Michelada?
Michelada. Yeah, you get a Michelada now. They do that instead of Clamato beers. But yeah, Clamato beers used to be what my parents drank. Well, now they don't drink at all, but people like that's a red beer, yeah, a michelada. You take a beer and then you put a bunch of spices in it, bunch of lime juice and spices.
You have like a crust, like a margarita has a crust. You do the crust with the michelada, but
Yep.
you do like a spicy seasoning on the edge.
Yep. Sometimes do red beers with V8 pickle juice, red hot. I've never done a red beer like that, but it sounds like it'd probably be okay. I just don't like red beers. I just want a beer. Just give me a normal golden beer, please. Yep. Chicken fight.
Oh, squirrel chase.
Blackie is on the chase right now. I just saw his little black ass. He's doing a squirrel chase. He's chasing down a lady
It
squirrel.
looks like he's getting chased. It's like a little showdown.
Oh, is there another little squirrely coming? Another male squirrel trying to take territory. When my uncle comes over and leaves a bunch of Bud Light at my house, I turn them into micheladas. Yeah.
I guess some people make micheladas without tomato sauce, which kind of seems to defeat the purpose.
It does. That does defeat the purpose. Has Dinor ever been overweight?
He's only ever been like, oh, he could lose a pound or two.
Yeah. I think before Amelia moved in, he might have been a little chunk. He might have been a pound or two overweight. Because I was like just kind of free feeding him. Because, you know, he didn't have anybody to compete with. And he would just eat a few little bites and leave it. So I thought, you know, but he was never like a dog that was so obsessed to continuously eat that he would get fat.
Yeah. And they were just like, he could lose a pound or two.
Yeah. Now when he goes in, they're just like, oh, he's perfect.
Yeah.
Leave him right where he's at. So.
Some dogs fluctuate a lot too with like the seasons.
True. That is true. Dinor just, he eats like clockwork, though. He has the same thing at the same time. So I'm not getting that calico kitty. I am now being given an orange and white boy kitten. Aw. Well, at least you're getting a kitty. Sorry that calico kitty didn't work out. Stupid
Creamsicle
bitch.
kitty.
Yeah, you're getting a creamsicle. You're getting a fucking... You're getting a possible corn pop. A possible corn pop. You understand? Orange cat behavior is wild. Yeah, orange cats are psychopaths. I have an interesting history with orange cats. Yeah, I think most of us do. Most of us has known at least one insane orange cat in our lives. Your life
I
is
don't
now
think I've known
cat.
anyone with purely orange cat.
What about corn pop?
Besides, like I don't know Corn Pop enough to see his antics.
That's true. Corn pop's fucking insane. I'll never forget when Corn Pop tried to bite this because he thought it was a hairy ass rodent. He was like sniffing through my beard, and I was like, "Oh, Corn Pop," and he went. I was like, "Ah, Ow!
Well, you used a corn pop to like raise your cat tolerance. Like once you knew I was coming, you're like, okay, I gotta
Yeah. Well, I knew
raise
that.
a
Yeah,
cat.
I knew because I had been out of their house for a year or more by that point. I hadn't been around cats much, and every time I would go over there, I'd get all. So I was like, I gotta start playing with corn pop. And I gotta start playing with fucking Squicks. Insane or insanely stupid. Kind of that kind of like is what orange cats are, I think. Kind of smell were you secreting when he did that? Must have had something tasty in my beard, maybe. Like maybe I had a burger and I had got dripped some grease in there. I don't know.
And some cats are just more prone to bite.
Well, I think he thought it was a rat because of this, just my chin, because it looked like a hairy rat ass. And he was like, oh, a rat. I was like, no.
Cricket will occasionally give me a nib, but one of his favorite things to do is to like do the aggressive headbutts, and he'll like wipe his drool on me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he does that. He does the aggressive headbutt to me. Just all of a sudden, he just hops up on you and goes, you're like, oh, hello, Cricket. Yeah, you definitely got to get him fixed when he's old enough there, Danny, because them boy cats will spray all over the place and they'll be irascible all the time. Just get him snipped.
With dogs, you can usually wait a little longer, but cats are like extra dexterous.
They tell you about dogs like that because the truth of the matter is when you get them fixed a little early, they're sweet. That's the truth.
Yeah. Well, I think like some of the bigger dogs, you want to let their bones develop a little more.
Maybe. We got Dinor fixed pretty early. And he's just such a little sweetheart. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Cricket. It's just get them before they get that instinct. Get them before the sex drive kicks in. Their saliva gives me hives. Yeah, I mean, I get pretty bad ones too. Like when I'm really playing with Cricket, he starts getting a little vicious. He's still having fun. I'm still having fun, but afterwards I'm itchy as fuck. What?
But I don't know. Would you say you have more contact allergies with cats than the nasal allergies?
Mm-hmm. Do get the nasal allergies too. That's part of it, but it's definitely contact. I can pet Cricket all day, and it usually doesn't mess with me. I can pet him, can hold him in my lap even, but when we get to playing a little bit is when I get the hives. I get the itchies. Dude, I gotta say, now that you're here, Phoebes, you've been blowing me out of the water recently. These streams, every time I've popped in on one of your streams, you got over like 120 in it. Been kicking ass, taking names.
Well, she's also doing it way later in the day usually.
Oh yeah.
She's doing it like while you guys are doing onion nuggets sometimes. Mm. So probably a more peak time for it.
Maybe so, but still, just wanted to say propers. Wanted to say some propers because that's pretty good numbers you're pulling. Pretty good numbers. Juicing it. Yeah. If you're around cats more, unless you have really, really horrible allergies, you do get you build up a little tolerance to the cat dander and the saliva and stuff. So it's definitely not as bad as it was when I first met Cricket and he first started playing with me. Because we had a little rivalry. We had boxing matches, you know, and we would have a little fight, little bunny kicks, you know, and my whole arm would swell up. I'd be like, ooh, ouch, itchy. My internet fucking dropped. Oh no. I actually encourage them to be even worse because they're just giving me a foil. Yeah. You talking about your chatters? Yeah, because they're mean. Well, it gives you the opportunity to talk about things. That's why I like trolls. Trolls sometimes will come out and say the things that other people think, and it gives you a foil. Yeah, you milk them, milk their titties. Exactly. I went in there to see her stream, and I just wanted to say hi to Phoebes in the comments. Holy hell, people say some crazy shit. Yeah, they do. People are scum. Why is it always dark in outer space when the sun is out there? Because light is a particle, just like anything else. And the further you get from the source of the photons, the less light, right? That makes sense? Those people give me the opportunity to respond to bad, bigoted arguments. Yep. Light moves in herds. Oh, they do move in herds. Yeah. There's a lot of, we've talked about it before, there's free floating hostility on the internet for people who are different, especially. Anybody who presents a little different is going to get absolutely raked over the coals on the internet because conformists fear nothing more than nonconformists. When a conformist sees a nonconformist of any type, whether it be a gender nonconformist or a style nonconformist or a racial nonconformist, they lose their fucking collective minds because it means that their idea of normalcy is not normal and they don't want it. They don't want that stuff. I have depicted you as the crying soy jack, while I am the Chad Wojak. I didn't feel bad when I was a teenager, Pranav. I'll be honest with you. When I was a teenager, I was pretty much an internet terrorist. I literally would say anything to get under anybody's skin. I didn't feel bad about it at all because it didn't feel real. I knew those people couldn't put their hands around my throat and throttle me. So I knew I had this like anonymity mask and I could get away with saying whatever the fuck I wanted to say to a human being. Grown ass man, doesn't matter. Big fucking burly biker guy, you're a faggot. Right? So I definitely understand it. Guess you didn't learn your lesson from the CB radio days, eh? Well, I did learn my lesson, just the wrong lesson. I learned how to piss people off and how much fun it is, how much I really love doing it. And to this day, I love doing that. I love being divisive. I love having a group of people go, yeah, Paul, and another group of people go, boo. To me, that feels like being alive. Always felt real to me because I wouldn't say that in person. What I would say in person to someone is exactly how I'd be in person. Probably why I always had my name or initials as a screen name, yeah. Oh, I've said some horrible out of pocket shit. And I've done it every second I can since I was 8. Like, that's the funny thing about me is if I have any kind of like skill that I've developed over my life with 10,000 hours of deliberate practice, it's gotta be this. It's gotta be shit talk. Ever catfish someone? Yes. When I was a teenager, I catfished an older woman. I did. Well, I was 14 when I met her. I told her I was 21. Yeah, an Alaskan lady. Yeah, she was 29. What are you gonna do? You know, what can you do? Hustling the hustlers, rustling the rustlers. I thought you were 16. I was. Met her when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Ever get a trucker to off his wife? Tell us about the duck. The duck. Used to catfish on Habbo Hotel as a kid. Oh no. Then one of those truckers you mess with off his wife? Yes. Yeah, a guy named Hightower killed his wife. Yeah. Pretty fucked up. The fact that that's a genuine question in your life is nuts. I know. My life has been wild, man. That's why earlier on I was saying, you know, if I only got 10 years left, cool. It's going to be amazing 10 years, you know. Cuz I really have had a fucked up crazy life. Whizzy. Ever wonder if your trolling was involved in the fatal argument? Nah. Here's the thing about that guy. I know that guy. Well, I knew him back then. He was a rage beast, man. He was a ticking time bomb just waiting to kill somebody, and the fact that it was his wife. I mean, that's the most typical murder, right? Most murders are committed by people who know the person, and they typically tend to be closer to that person. That is why when somebody dies by foul play, the cops bring the whole fucking family in. They gotta eliminate those people first because, statistically speaking, if there's a murder like that, somebody knew him. Ever worried he'll get parole? Nah. I don't worry about things like that. Imagine the dude probably had bigger problems outside of that. He did. Yeah, he was a bad man. He was a bad person. Wow. Oh, Dynamite. Too comfy. Glad you finally figured it out, buddy boy. Now we got that just for you. Did you know that that peepaw bed is just for you? Just for you. Even though Dad went inside, you stayed on the peepaw bed. That's how I know. That's how I know it's very comfy. The peepaw bed's very comfy, huh? It's supposed to be comfy for you. Supposed to be very comfy.
Oh, he's even being photogenic.
I know. I showed him.
Little paws out.
Yeah. Big stretches. Big sweeties. As a cat owner, how do you feel about claw caps? We don't do it. I think it's probably kind of mean because cats, their mobility is their claws. So like Cricket will want to jump. He does this thing we call the commando crawl, where if he wants to get up on the back of the couch, because he doesn't sometimes leap all the way up, he'll jump, grab it, and go. I just don't keep things around that I would care if Cricket scritched. That's kind of like the way that we handle the cat. It's like I've got a couch in there that I paid $50 for, you know. So if he scritches it to shit, it's really no big loss.
And he's got other stuff to scratch too. Like if he's gonna really go to town scratching, he likes to do it on his scratching post. Or
Yeah, he's got his multiple scratching posts, and he's got his kitty tower thing, but sometimes he just likes to tear ass, you know, and he needs his claws to do that.
And it feels good for them too. It's a little stress relief to dig their claws in something.
They make biscuits.
But yeah, if it's between claw caps and declawing, then yeah, claw caps all the way.
Yeah, definitely don't ever declaw your cat. That's the worst thing that you could possibly do. Claw caps before that, I guess. But I wouldn't do either. Ethics-wise, I think it's better to do claw caps, but it's still going to limit their mobility.
Yeah, you could always trim your cat's claws too if you want them less sharp and less damaging.
You can, yeah. You can take the little hooks off the tips, and that'll help sometimes. I had to replace our couches thanks to our cats. They were fake leather, and they shredded them even while having like 4 cat towers with scratching posts. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would try clipping first before the caps.
Yeah.
But
Let's see if they'll let you clip them.
Yeah.
Probably a 2-man job.
Well, I figure clipping is probably as hard as trying to shove the caps on. Because you still gotta like hold their paw and fucking manipulate them all.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just been my thing, is like I don't keep things around that I would care at all if Cricket destroys it. But he's not a big, he doesn't go after the couches that way anyway. He'll stretch, like he'll use the couch, put his paws on it and kind of like stretch himself out, and you'll hear it like digging into the couch a little bit, but he never like at the couch. That's a good thing. Yeah, you get them, you handle them like that at a young age, and they'll be easier to handle as an older cat, for sure. Although sometimes cats just got a wild hair in their ass, you know. It's not, it's a different thing. Sometimes cats are just irascible. Little turd burglars.
Like, if Cricket got to the point where I had to clip his nails and give him baths, I think he'd eventually acquiesce.
He would. He just don't need it, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Be like taking the fingers from a human. Kinda, yeah. I mean, that is what...
declawing is.
Yeah. Like they can't grab things no more. It's kind of mean. They can't climb no more. It's very mean. Yeah, it's just not my thing. But the claw caps thing, if you have to, and trimming if you can, and just leave them alone if you can. Maybe you luck out and you get a cat that really likes that rope tower thing that he can scritch. But yeah. Declawing is really painful for them too. Yeah. Yeah. I would even imagine, it's fucked. It's like a surgery on all your little hands.
And there's like the healing process. You gotta like leave them with like shredded newspaper for like a week so they don't get litter up in the wounds and stuff.
Do your neighbors have geese or chickens? They have chickens. These neighbors have chickens, and these neighbors behind me have chickens. What is one thing you miss from your childhood the most? The piece of land that I grew up on. Just the rolling kind of foothill land that I grew up on, the horse pasture, my horse, Sugar Baby. Just how beautiful and perfect and pristine it was out there, and just being a kid and getting to run all over that land and drive my go-kart on the land and drive my Jeep on the land. And that's my favorite thing from childhood. That's the thing I miss the most. We took Kale driving for the first time this weekend. I actually did a good job. Nice. Yeah, good idea to get him used to being behind the wheel. My dad started teaching me to drive when I was 8 or 9, I think. Could barely reach the pedals. But because of that, I feel like I'm a pretty good driver. Yeah, you got to get him a kitty tower to climb. A little scratching post built into it somewhere. Cricket's kitty tower has a little cubby hole in it that he hardly ever uses.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll go in there, but
not often.
Not very often. He likes to sit on top of it. That's his favorite spot in the house, is on top of his kitty tower. You realize how fast 10 miles an hour feels when it's your first time behind the wheel. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, the first time you're controlling 2,000 pounds worth of machinery with your hands and feet, it's a little daunting,
An important thing, too, is teaching you how much it moves with no gas, too, like just letting go of the brake.
Yeah, just the idle speed, just knowing that it's trying to carry itself forward slowly while your foot's off the brake and it's not in neutral. Yeah. But it's a good thing. My dad, I did it on hard mode because I learned to drive on a Willys Jeep that was a 6-speed or a 5-speed, and then I learned my first car was a 5-speed. And that's learning to drive on hard mode, because you've got the brakes and the gas and the steering wheel and everything else, but you also have to manually change gears. So you've got the clutch as well. So your left foot is involved as well as your right. Your right foot handles the brake and the gas. Your left foot does your clutch when you're shifting. Ever go racing, drifting, or general stunting with your car in your younger years? I never really. Once I finally got a car that I could stunt in, I was afraid to do it because I thought I was going to blow the engine. So my first car, I probably could have maybe got some scratch in it, but it was a 4-banger, it was not a big car. 1981 or 82, I can't remember, Ford Tempo 5-speed, little 4-stroke engine, not great.
I'll tell you would have done better donuts with that than the Cybertruck. Those Cybertruck donuts were
That was sad.
Pathetic.
Yeah, that was real sad. And then I got a V6 Dodge Daytona 1993, I think, or 1992 or 3 Dodge Daytona was my second car. And that thing was fast. It had a V6 in it, and it was, you know, looked like a race car, basically. It was red, sporty looking for the time. And that car, I could have done some stunting in it, but I was so afraid I was going to get a fucking ticket every time I took the car out. And I was afraid that the V6 was going to blow because it sounded kind of funky sometimes. So I drove that car like a grandma. I'd love a manual in my area. I'd never get past third gear. Yeah. I still to this day love driving a manual. I would love, you know, if they made like an electric vehicle that had a manual in it. Like I think they do make those. But one that's optional. So I could just flip the switch if I want to do manual. If I want to do that, I would do that. I just don't think it makes sense to have a manual for an electric car. It seems like, because electric cars don't ever shift gears. They have one gear, right? It's power to the wheels or not. So you would have to interrupt that powertrain to get a manual feel. Yeah, electrics just have one gear, yeah. So you would have to create a powertrain interrupter that would just like, so you'd have to create a multi-stage electric engine to make it work, which is pointless. What would be the point? The whole point of an electric engine is power to the wheels immediately. No need to ramp up. Immediate torque. Like paddle shifters? No, I prefer a stick. I can do paddles. I just prefer a stick. It would reduce range or require greater battery capacity. It would definitely reduce range at big time. Yeah, like a software limiter. But even then, right? Even then, you're messing with the constant torque to your wheels. You're creating a false power gradation system where none is needed. Right now, if I put my foot in my electric car, it goes, all the power goes straight to the wheels immediately. There's no ramp up. There's no cycling through different gears. It's just one smooth maneuver. Yep. Well, mine is a dual motor. So I've got a motor up front, a motor in back, and they're twin linked. So when I hit the gas, power goes to all four wheels at once. Put it in sports mode, and my 0 to 60 is under 4. 3.8. Do you think that your next vehicle will be electric? I don't know. We're a ways out from having to go in and do our do another lease, and I guess Amelia and I will probably talk about it. We'll go like, hey, how have we liked having this electric vehicle? Do we think that it's something that we want to do again, or do we want to go get a gas or a hybrid or something? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
It kind of depends where we end up living by that point too. I feel like if we live somewhere where it's like we're several hours from the nearest like fast charger or something, that might be kind of dicey.
But if we're getting our own place, we can hook up 210. So we could have level.
But I mean,
3.
we might not have enough range to get to the nearest. Like if we had to go on a road trip.
I mean, if we're that far out,
yeah,
we're probably, yeah. But no, I think it could work. You know, as long as you're 20 or 30 miles outside of a big city that's got a fast charger in it for when you want to take road trips.
Or 100 miles. I feel
100
like
miles.
That's the most I'd want to be away from the nearest
fast charger. Yeah. It'd be hard to find 100 miles away from a fast charger out here.
Yeah.
But we just haven't talked about it. The battery charge times are the main problem. Refill a gas station, it's immediately good to go. You're right. I mean, if you're not a patient person, because it's like when we stop, we stop for 40 minutes. It's going to be 40 minutes to charge us up to 85, and for us to go take a shit or a piss, maybe grab a little food, give Dinor a walk so he can pee. That's so we've integrated it into our road trip, to make it where it's just like, hey, we get to stretch our legs a little bit here. Plug the thing in. We can walk around a little bit. If we're hungry, we can go grab a Sammy or something. Get Dinor a poop and a pee and a drink.
But you do have to be extra patient too, because they're not going to usually do a bank of chargers that has room for everyone. So you can end up getting there and you gotta wait for someone to finish
Yeah,
too.
yeah, and sometimes that sucks, but most of the time when we pull up to them, we just pull right in.
Yeah.
Every once in a blue moon, we'll pull up to a really, really popular charging spot or whatever, and all the banks will be full. But the chargers have a thing built in where people don't want to overcharge them, because if you keep your charger plugged in after a certain amount, they start charging you $1 a minute and shit.
Yeah.
So people come running and move their car out of the space.
Yeah, and like some of them, they max out at 80. Like they just don't
Depending,
let you. Like,
depending
if
on the
it's busy
time.
enough,
If
yeah.
it's a busy place, because 80 is basically like, it's not topped off, but that is the top power range of your battery, right? 80 is really where the battery starts kicking into that middle zone where it's got most of the amplitude.
And it just slows down a lot between 80 and 100.
Yeah, it starts trickle charging between 80, 85, and 100. Goes down to like 50 megawatts or something on our car.
Kilowatts.
Kilowatts, yeah.
Megawatts.
Megawatts would be, that would be good. That would really suck. Depending on how long my car lasts, I don't think I'll be getting an electric anytime soon. I work 13 miles from my house, and I only put like 7,000 miles a year on my car. We're the same.
Or wait, it's the other way around.
But
1 megawatt is 1,000 kilowatts.
Okay.
It'd actually be better.
It would be better if we had megawatts.
But
Okay.
I don't know if any battery could handle that. Maybe
Ding.
Eventually.
Yeah, that would be awesome. If
Then
you
it
could
would
just,
be like a gas station.
Then it would
that
be.
was actually delivering megawatts.
It would, yeah. It's a matter of time, I think. Battery technology is run up against a couple of bottlenecks, but they've flattened out those bottlenecks a lot with the new lithium stuff that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like battery technology is going to get to the point where it can accept that super high power. Ding, you're done. The really cool thing is going to be when, and I think they will do this, when they start putting contiguous, what do they call that? Induction chargers in the road. So you'll have a big strip of induction metal on the bottom of your car, and whatever lane you're in will lock into that induction, and it'll show your car is charging rather than dumping juice. So it'll probably happen in big cities first, right?
Or
So
it could
big
be
metros.
The opposite, and those integrate more solar into the EVs.
That too. Yeah. That could work. How close to a star do you have to be before you call it a sun? The only star that we call a sun is our star.
Yeah, because we orbit it.
Because
it's not how far away it is. It's like, wait, orbit.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a distance thing. It is our sun. In fact, the name of our sun is Sol, S-O-L. And so we call our sun the sun. Now, we might say an alien sun, right? But what we're meaning is from the perspective of being on a planet that's orbiting that sun. That is when, in my mind, you call it a sun. If it's distant, it's a star, right?
And also, like, you couldn't have two stars that close together, because then they would just eat each other. So you got to have it pretty far away.
Well, they rotate. There are binary and triple star systems. Yeah. We have found them.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just mean like between the sun and like what you would call a star, they can't be.
They can't be right next to each other. No, there's going to be several astrometric units between them. An astrometric unit being the distance from the sun to the Earth. 1 AU is the distance from the sun to the Earth. And so you'd have to be several astrometric units apart, I think, with a star. Otherwise, they just crash into each other, right? They slowly but surely.
Or you just couldn't orbit one because they'd both be fighting to suck your planet.
Well, that's the
into
three-body
orbit.
problem, right? You get 3 suns in an unpredictable elliptical orbit, and you've got an unpredictable system. You cannot plan. You cannot know what year is going to be the year of fire and what year is going to be beautiful. The national treasure himself. Hope you're having a good day, brother. I am. Most star systems are, in fact, multi-star. That is true. That is true. Our solar system is nice and boring, and I hope it stays that way. Yeah, we're lucky. We're lucky that our solar system is so simple and boring. Because a lot of solar systems are chaotic as fuck. So many little birdies. A swallow this morning, baby, when I was sitting out here, came down and caught a bug, and he zoomed right up to here.
Oh, yeah?
And then went, I was like, whoa. You guys must really be getting used to us now.
Mm-hmm.
You know that we're not trying to snatch birds. I feel like I could have snatched that little guy. The worst thing that could happen to our solar system is a rogue planet drifting in. Possibly throw Earth into the void or freeze it over. Yeah. Well, a rogue planet would definitely be fucking devastating. It'd be pretty fucking bad, man. What we talking about? Talking about Shaft. Man, this cold is killer. I feel better than I did yesterday, but I'm starting to feel that fucking like fatigue. I've had this cold now for 3 fucking days, man. It's time. Time to go. Rogue stellar mass black hole would be even worse, but a star or planet would still be doomsday. Oh, yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that could happen. We talked about it a little yesterday. We had a little existential crisis. Talked about all the ways that the Earth could just be winked out of existence in a moment. And we could all just be fucking turned into atoms in a moment. Yeah. Sleep tight. I gotta go. I'll see you guys some other time. Bye.